want longevity for something, you have to be authentic to yourself, because that's not going to exhaust you. Every day when you have a new idea that comes just from who you are, it'll never exhaust, it'll never run out, because it's just genuinely who you are. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Zoe Joyelle. It's been a minute since I've been on this channel, but I have so much to say. So if you do get something out of this, or you think that someone else can benefit, please don't hesitate to subscribe and share. Thank you. Let's get into it. So as you can see from the title of this video, I am addressing top 5 reasons that may be keeping you inconsistent. And I will say that this is coming from personal experience. So maybe you agree with some of them, maybe you agree with none of them, who knows, but it might be an interesting listen. So let's do it. My last video here on this channel was 4 months ago. It honestly feels like it was a year ago. I didn't even know that it was only 4 months ago, but I have so much to say. Like, I've been reflecting so much, and let's just get into it, okay? So the first reason that I would like to address when it comes to battling consistency is the lack of a vision. So I started this channel when I was a senior in college. I am now 25 years old. And when I first started this channel, I thought it was just going to be for fun. You know, we were coming to the end of an era, but we were still in the era of you can do trends to kind of hop on the wave and get some subscribers or get some views and stuff like that. But nothing was sticking. And I think nothing was sticking because I wasn't living in my true purpose, or I never set the tone for what my purpose of this channel was going to be. So with the lack of vision, I would also say like auto gratification versus having an actual purpose. Because when you have a well-developed vision, what you see, the outcomes that you see for yourself are way stronger than the current hurdles that you're going through. So for me, starting that at that age, like 20, maybe 19, it was like, I feel like I'm trying, I feel like these videos are good, but I'm not getting enough views. I'm not getting enough likes. And I was basically I didn't have a purpose, really. I didn't have a purpose when I started this channel. It was just to have fun and see where it goes. And I think that a lot of people start YouTube or start content creation just to see where it goes. And I think you should also always have a sense of having fun with the things that you're doing. But if there's no purpose in the long run, it kind of gets hard to continue to do it. And with no purpose, you kind of get to my second point, which is not being authentic. So when I can define the purpose, so I would say for this channel, I would say it's self-development, it's honesty, it's vulnerability. It's also just taking you on my life to the things that I enjoy, the things that make me sad and stuff like that. And when I was having these story times and being more honest, I was getting scared. I was getting afraid because I was like, it seems like people are only interested in knowing like story times that may have not been the best stories or the most enjoyable moments in my life. And I was kind of getting turned off with that. But in hindsight, it's like people can learn from those stories and people can learn from my vulnerability and things like that. So lack of vision, I would say, is the first one. And the second one with the lack of vision would be not being authentic. So I would say it's easier to follow a trend, to watch a video and replicate the entire video, and of course put your own spin on it. But when you're not authentic to you, you cannot wake up and continue to just follow someone else's thing, or not even just one person. A lot of people are doing it. I think on TikTok it's going pretty well, but at the end of the day, when you want longevity for something, you have to be authentic to yourself, because that's not going to exhaust you. Every day when you have a new idea that comes just from who you are, it'll never exhaust, it'll never run out, because it's just genuinely who you are. So I think being authentic is definitely important when it comes to consistency. And these tips do not have to be just for being on YouTube. Like, this can be in the brand that you want to start, or if you want to change who you are or what you're going through, you just want to change certain aspects in your life, you have to have a vision and you have to be authentic to who you are. Throughout the journey of being consistent, you have to create, this is number 3, you have to have positive self-talk. So me and my boyfriend were actually reflecting on that, because we're in a different stage of our relationship where we're trying to actively change our lives and be the best that we can be, you know? One of the things we were reflecting on, because we try to motivate each other and I try to motivate him and stuff like that and other people in my life, but I realized like I I don't know when this happened. This had to be in just growing up, but the lack of positive self-talk. Like, I think when you're growing up and you're being raised by multiple people, whether that's your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, teachers, whoever, I think a lot of us have the habit of complaining to motivate someone, or like pointing out their flaws before having like a way of just trying to motivate them with positive self-talk. Basically, the lack of positive self-talk can really hinder you on becoming your best self and bringing your vision alive. Me with YouTube, for example, it was like I was trying to negatively impact myself into being consistent. Like, oh, look at you, you missed another day, or something like that. And I could say that does not help. In the long run, it does not help. Maybe that helps for someone, but it didn't help for me. It just made me feel worse, and it doesn't motivate me to want to continue to do it. And it's not to say that every day you're going to feel your best, but if you're not your best friend or the most motivating person on your own team, then who is it going to be? You know? And I think that you get the most positive results from the positive self-talk. Like, okay, I know you're not feeling your best. I know you're tired, but we got to get this done. And going back to the first point of the vision, when you have that positive self-talk, you can reinforce the vision that you have for yourself instead of getting caught up in the small things that are going wrong today. So this positive self-talk can be the reminder that it's just today. Tomorrow is another day, but we got to do what we got to do today in order to bring the vision for tomorrow. So that would be my third point. Going into our fourth point. Rolling right in, honestly, because the fourth point is not having a healthy relationship with what you consider to be the work. And I'm not talking about healing right now. I'm talking about being consistent. But it's so crazy because whatever it is that you strive for in this life, it ends up always being a healing journey. It ends up always highlighting your flaws and also highlighting the things that you're really good at. But everything, to me, honestly, it feels like it's just a journey of self-reflection and a journey of like self-evolution and ascension and just becoming your best self. So it's just so funny that you can go into these different goals that you have, different ideas that you have, but at the end of the day, the work that you have to do with yourself always comes back. So I think that's really funny. But the fourth point being a healthy relationship with the work, I was just reflecting on like the word work, doing the work. It never sounded good. Like, we went to school, we did homework, we didn't want to do homework. Whatever it was, like the essays I had to do in college, that was never fun. None of that was fun. So I never had a healthy relationship with doing the work. And not to be repetitive, but I think it always comes back to the vision. Like, in college, it was like, okay, I mean, I have to do it. It just felt like you have to do the work. Like, it is what it is. But I think creating a healthy relationship with the work is like fully immersing yourself in what it is that you want to do. Because my last video being 4 months, but it felt like honestly a year or two, is because I wasn't fully immersed in the things that I want to do. I think oftentimes we get caught up in living in survival and doing the things that you have to do, that you forget about the things that you want to do. And just because you want that vision that you have, it doesn't mean that the daily work that you have to put in is always going to be enjoyable. But I realized, like, it's like a comparison. Would you rather just be doing the work that you've been doing, which is all the things that people tell you to do, get a job, be responsible, make sure you're giving your all in that job, and all of that? Or would you rather be fully immersed in the work that it takes to bring in your own vision, you know? So I would say I have not been the happiest that I can be. And I think a lot of people can relate to that when you're only doing the work that has to get done versus the work that you want to do to bring your vision alive. And I think creating a healthy relationship with the work is just really focusing on those day-to-day habits, those day-to-day tasks, breaking the big picture and bringing it way smaller. So for me, I'm currently working on relaunching my brand. So it's like, okay, I know what I want this brand to look like. I know what I want this brand to stand for and stuff like that. So now how do we break it down? And I envision it like an upside down triangle. Like, how do we bring it down to those daily habits and those daily goals and tasks that have to get done in order to bring in that whole thing? And that's the only way to do it. Honestly, like, the healthy relationship, you just have to get it done. But you have to, for me, I think that you have to, like, compare, would you rather be doing this or that? And at this moment, of course, I have to do both. But at some point, the more work I put in towards the vision that I have for myself, the less I will have to do things that I don't want to do, like working a job for other people. You know? So I hope somebody got something out of that. I hope I'm not rambling. And then the last one is avoidant. So I think there's like 4 or 5 different avoidant types. But for me, because beyond social media, I've been really on this health journey, going to the gym, eating right, trying to cut out unnecessary things. And I've realized, even with living with myself, I realized when I get into an avoidant mindset, like I'm not cleaning as much as I can. I'm not going to the gym every day how I want to. And I'm not eating as best as I can. Like I'm being avoidant. I'm not really trying my best. It's like an underlying trauma response because you get uncomfortable because of the negative self-talk and the lack of healthy habits with the work. You get uncomfortable. You start avoiding what it takes to really change your life because it hurts. Like it hurts to be in awareness that this is going to take so much work and it's going to ask you to pull out different sides of sacrifice and discipline that you may not ever displayed because you haven't really cared about nothing until this point. And if you really care about it, you're going to have to do it. So avoiding could be like sitting on the couch scrolling all day when you know there's some laundry you could have been doing, or there's a video you could have filmed, or there's tons of videos that you haven't edited. That would be me. Like, and I don't know what it is because you feel better when you do the work. You actually do. You feel better when it's accomplished, when it's posted, when it's clean, when it's folded, whatever it is. You feel so much better on the other side. And I think it's just our mind plays those games. It's like you think that this is going to hurt and this is going to take so much. But when it's something that you enjoy or it's something you enjoy, the end result of whatever it is so worth it. It's so worth it. So to go back to highlight our 5, it would be avoidant, healthy relationship with the work, whatever that is to you, finding the purpose in that vision, and not valuing auto gratification over the vision. Like you have to continue to have that vision and remind yourself. Positive self-talk and being authentic. And those are the 5 restrictions or ways to promote you into being consistent with the vision that you have for yourself. I hope someone liked this video. I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe to my channel and I will be back. See you soon.
Get in your bag, stay in your bag. Get in your bag, stay in your bag.